My world shattered in an instant when I received that phone call from my mother, her frantic tone wrapping around my heart like a vice, squeezing the breath from my lungs. She hurled accusations at me, claiming I had sexually abused my younger cousin years ago, and I felt the ground beneath me crumble as her words echoed through my mind, twisting like a knife in my gut. I tried to speak, to defend myself, but her voice rose in a crescendo of fury, demanding I confess to something that never happened. I stood there, stunned and speechless, drowning in disbelief. In that moment, my entire family turned against me, severing ties like I was a disease they feared would infect them, their loyalty shifting in a heartbeat. Sitting on my bed, the phone still pressed against my ear, I felt each of my mother's accusations echoing in my mind, each word a dagger plunging deeper into my heart, drawing blood and leaving me hollow. My father, my siblings, even my aunts and uncles, no one would believe me. They chose her over me without a second thought, and the crushing weight of abandonment settled heavily on my chest. Days turned into weeks and weeks into months as I spiraled into a dark abyss, battling depression that wrapped around me like a suffocating shroud, stifling any flicker of hope. I threw myself into my work, desperately trying to distract myself from the pain. Yet every smile and laugh from my colleagues felt like a cruel reminder of the family I had lost. It was a hollow existence, punctuated by sleepless nights filled with rage and confusion. As I replayed that call over and over, desperately seeking answers that would never come. I couldn't comprehend how the woman I loved unconditionally could so easily cast me aside. It left me questioning everything I thought I knew about love and trust. Friends tried to support me, but their well-meaning words felt like salt in my wounds, and I pushed them away, retreating into the solitude that wrapped around me like a comforting blanket. I became a ghost in my own life, wandering through the motions while feeling completely disconnected from the world around me, longing for a sliver of understanding. Then, nearly a decade later, I received a text that turned my world upside down again, igniting a flicker of hope amidst the darkness. It was from my mother, a simple message that read, "We need to talk. Your cousin finally admitted it was all a lie." My heart raced as I read those words, a cocktail of hope and fury coursing through me, each word a spark igniting the years of silent suffering. How could they have believed that monstrous lie? How could they have let me suffer in silence for so long? I paced my small apartment, feeling a whirlwind of emotions, relief, anger, disbelief. As I debated whether to respond at all, the stakes of this conversation weighing heavily on my heart. Part of me wanted to lash out, to make them feel the agony I had endured, but another part craved healing, desperately yearning for the possibility of reconnecting. After sleepless nights spent wrestling with my thoughts, I finally agreed to meet with my parents, my heart pounding with anxiety as I prepared for the confrontation that loomed ahead. When I saw them, their faces etched with vulnerability and regret, I was struck by how much I had missed them, despite the chasm that had formed between us. I took a deep breath, forcing myself to remain calm as my mother began to apologize, her voice trembling with emotion, each word heavy with the weight of her past mistakes. "I was so wrong, Kate. I let fear take over and I hurt you deeply," she cried, tears streaming down her cheeks, and I felt the walls I had built around my heart begin to crack. Caught in a tidal wave of conflicting emotions, part of me wanted to forgive her, to wrap her in my arms and let go of the pain, while another screamed for justice to be served. I responded with a shaky voice, filled with the bitterness of betrayal. "You have no idea what your accusations did to me. Do you even understand the isolation I felt?" She nodded, her eyes filled with remorse, and in that moment I saw a flicker of the mother I once knew, the one who had always championed me, and it made my heart ache. As we talked, I could feel the tension slowly dissipating, but the scars of betrayal still lingered like shadows, haunting the edges of our fragile reunion. There were moments of silence where the weight of unspoken words hung heavily between us, and I could see my father struggling to find the right words to bridge the gap. "I wish I could take it all back," he finally said, his voice thick with emotion, and I felt the tears welling up in my eyes, a dam of pent-up feelings ready to burst. But the truth was, I couldn't just sweep it all under the rug. The years of pain couldn't be erased by apologies, though I desperately wanted to believe they could. I told them, "I don't know how to trust you again. It's going to take time." And as I spoke, I felt a mix of power and vulnerability wash over me, a testament to my journey. We tentatively agreed to take baby steps towards rebuilding our relationship, but I knew it wouldn't be easy. The scars ran deep, and healing would take time and patience. As I left that day, my heart was heavy yet strangely hopeful, and I knew that every day would be a battle between anger and forgiveness, a tightrope walk between pain and healing. In the following weeks, we began to communicate more, each conversation a fragile balance of laughter and lingering sadness as we navigated our complicated new reality. I still grappled with my feelings. Some days I felt strong enough to face my past, while others left me trembling with doubt and fear, haunted by memories I'd rather forget. Though the path ahead was rocky, I decided to focus on my own well-being, seeking therapy to help unpack the emotional baggage that weighed me down. I learned to express my feelings, to set boundaries, and to slowly let the light back into my life, even as I faced the darkness of my memories threatening to consume me. The road to reconciliation was fraught with challenges, but with each step, I felt a little more empowered, a little more like the person I used to be. I started to reclaim my narrative, refusing to be defined by the accusations that had once shattered my existence, taking back control of my story. I began to find joy in small things again, cooking, painting, and even reconnecting with friends I'd pushed away for so long, rediscovering the beauty of connection. And while the wounds remained, I realized that healing was possible, even amidst the chaos of family drama and deep-seated betrayal that threatened to engulf me. I learned that forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting. It means choosing to move forward without the shackles of resentment holding me back, a conscious act of liberation. As the months passed, I still struggled with moments of anger and confusion, but I was determined to find my peace, to carve out a space for my own heart amidst the turmoil. I would never forget the pain of those years, but I also knew that my story didn't end there. It was a chapter in a much larger narrative of resilience and hope, waiting to be written. In the end, I chose to embrace the complexity of my emotions, to acknowledge the scars while working towards a brighter future, one step at a time, with the strength I had discovered within myself. Thank you for watching. For more real stories and powerful dramas, be sure to like, subscribe, and explore our Twisted Ancestry channel. If you enjoyed this video, please consider supporting us and transforming your love life with the Make Him Worship You program, linked in the description. It's a game changer for any woman seeking the love she truly deserves.